Samuel Kamal Macharia, widely known as S.K Macharia, is one of Kenya's most influential businessmen and media magnates. Best recognized as the founder and chairman of Royal Media Services, RMS, he has played a defining role in shaping Kenya's private broadcasting landscape while building a vast and diversified business empire. His life story is one of hardship, resilience, intellectual pursuit, political entanglement, and extraordinary commercial ambition. S.K Macharia was born in 1942, with some accounts placing his birth between 1942 and 1944 in Dakaini Village, Murang'a County. He was born into a deeply humble background at a time when many African families lived under colonial economic constraints. His parents worked as squatters and farmhands on British settler plantations in Sabatia, surviving on minimal wages and unstable living conditions. Tragedy struck early in Macharia's life when his mother died while he was only about 5 years old. After her death, his father moved the family to Arusha, Tanzania, in search of work. There, Macharia spent part of his childhood herding livestock alongside Maasai boys, an experience that exposed him to hardship, but also built resilience and independence. During the 1952 state of emergency in Kenya, his family home was destroyed, and at one point he lived briefly as a street child in Thika before being reunited with his family. These early years of displacement and loss left a lasting imprint on his character. Macharia was the second-born of 4 children, growing up with 3 sisters, including his elder sister Nyeri, who would later play a critical role in his life. Nyeri sacrificed her own education to help pay his school fees, a gesture Macharia has publicly acknowledged with deep gratitude, later assuming full responsibility for her welfare. His formal education began in 1954 in Dakaini Primary School. He later attended Gituru Intermediate School, where he sat for the Kenya African Preliminary Examination, CAPE, in 1958. Demonstrating academic promise, Macharia went on to train as a teacher at Kahuya Teachers Training College, qualifying as a P3 teacher in 1961. He later broadened his skills by completing a diploma in business management, sales, and marketing at Embu College between 1965 and 1967. In 1962, Macharia's life took a dramatic turn when he traveled to the United States under the historic J.F. Kennedy Tom Mboya Airlift Program, which enabled young Kenyans to pursue education abroad. In the U.S., he completed high school in just 2 years at Seattle Technical College, an achievement that underscored his academic determination. He went on to earn multiple university degrees, beginning with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from Seattle Pacific University, followed by a Bachelor of Science in Accounting from the University of Washington. His academic journey continued at postgraduate level, where he earned both a Master of Science, MSc, and a Master of Arts, MA, in Accounting and Finance from the same institution. He also qualified as a Certified Public Accountant, CPA, in the United States before returning to Kenya in 1969. In recognition of his contributions to business, media, and philanthropy, the University of Nairobi awarded him an honorary Doctor of Letters degree in 2014. Upon returning to Kenya, Macharia entered public service, holding senior roles across government ministries and parastatals. He worked as a provincial local government finance officer in the Ministry of Local Government and later in the Ministry of Lands, where he was involved in post-independence land transfer programs under President Jomo Kenyatta. He also served at the Industrial and Commercial Development Corporation, ICDC, and Kenya Industrial Estates, KIE, contributing to Africanization policies aimed at empowering indigenous entrepreneurs. In 1973, Macharia was appointed to head a task force auditing the Agricultural Development Corporation, ADC. A year later, he became its financial controller, overseeing a successful turnaround of the struggling corporation. Despite this success, he resigned from public service in 1979 to focus on private enterprise. Even before leaving government, Macharia had ventured into business. In 1976, he founded Madupa Paper International Kenya, the country's first locally owned tissue paper manufacturer, producing the popular Rosie brand. At its peak, the company employed around 300 people, but financial difficulties eventually led to its placement under receivership by Kenya Commercial Bank in the mid-1980s. In the 1990s, he acquired the Royal Card credit card franchise, another ambitious venture that ultimately collapsed amid political and regulatory challenges. These setbacks did not deter him. After years of legal battles with the state over broadcasting licenses, Macharia founded Royal Media Services in the late 1990s. The company grew into the largest private radio and television network in East Africa, transforming Kenya's media landscape. Its flagship outlets, Citizen TV, Radio Citizen, and Inaural TV, alongside more than 14 FM radio stations, established RMS as a dominant force. At its height, Citizen TV commanded market shares of over 60%, and as of 2026, RMS remains a major player in both traditional and digital media. Beyond media, Macharia built a diversified investment portfolio spanning insurance, real estate, agriculture, banking, film production, and conservation tourism. He holds significant interests in Direct Line Assurance, a leading motor commercial insurer, though the company has faced regulatory and ownership disputes in recent years. His investments also include Serenity Media Productions and Big Five Conservancy Safaris, among others. Macharia is married to Purity Gathoni Macharia, the vice chairperson of Royal Media Services, and sister to former cabinet minister Nehru Gitai. Gathoni supported the family during Macharia's years of study abroad and later became a key partner in his business journey. Together, they have 6 children, 4 sons and 2 daughters, all university educated. Their late son, John Gichia Macharia, was a prominent businessman and founder of Direct Line Assurance before his death in a road accident in April 2018. Macharia has long maintained a close and deeply personal relationship with the family of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga and his son, Raila Odinga. He has stated that Jaramogi personally entrusted him with the care of his children before his death, a promise that shaped Macharia's unwavering political loyalty to Raila Odinga. This loyalty often placed his media empire at political risk, especially during contentious election periods. Following Raila Odinga's death in 2025, Macharia dedicated 72 hours of commercial-free broadcasting across his media platforms in tribute. As of 2026, Macharia's exact net worth has not been publicly disclosed, but estimates range between $150 million and over $400 million. His wealth is anchored in Royal Media Services, diversified investments, publicly listed company shares, and extensive real estate holdings. His property portfolio includes the Royal Media Services Communication Center in Kilimani, Nairobi, luxury homes in Loresho, Kuna Crescent, Kibarage, and Mugumo Crescent, a grand rural estate in Dakaini, Muranga, and a residence in Nanyuki. He also owns agricultural and industrial land in Sabatia and Muranga, conservation property under Big Five Conservancy, and reclaimed beachfront land in Diani. Despite his success, Macharia's career has been marked by high-profile controversies. These include bitter legal battles over Direct Line Assurance, inheritance disputes involving his late son's estate, accusations of media bias, and explosive claims regarding electoral manipulation in Kenya's past elections. His outspoken political positions and aggressive corporate strategies have made him both admired and criticized in equal measure. S.K Macharia's life stands as one of Kenya's most compelling rags-to-riches stories, a journey from colonial-era poverty and displacement to the pinnacle of media power and economic influence. Whether viewed as a fearless entrepreneur, political kingmaker, or controversial power broker, his impact on Kenya's media, business, and political discourse remains profound and enduring.